All right, what's up, you guys and gals? It's Michael with my next video, my next John Ford video. Yeah, I know, but I'm getting better, and I'm gonna keep on going. So, the next video is on the 1924. I should probably check that out. Yeah. So the this video is going to be about the 1920 short, kind of like not short film, but shorter feature film by John Ford. It's a silent black and white called Just Pals, which is like about 50 minutes long. He made in 1920. I think I said that already. That's a 100-year-old movie, and it holds up. I really enjoyed it. It made me laugh, and by then all of the tricks of engendering sympathy in the audience and all that was kind of already set in stone, and that's, so it did its job very well. It was very economical. It hit the right notes to again create emotion in the audience. So I highly recommend it. I think if you get a chance to see it, it might even be free on YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised, or something like that. But the gist of the story is essentially about a town bum who befriends a boy, not local, but a boy who escapes a train, and decides especially after finding motivation to attract a specific woman, he wants to improve himself and take responsibility for himself. That's the very gist of it, and then there's some dramatic side story, stuff like that. But again, you can only do so much with 50 minutes. It really had to be pared down. A lot of the scenes were very quick. They did specifically what they were supposed to. Some maybe even to the point where some of the scenes or some stuff was kind of a little bit abrupt, I want to say. But sorry about that. Let me close the windows. All right. Hopefully, you guys can't hear that too much. But yeah, some of the scenes or shots may have been abrupt, or you see somebody come in that you kind of don't know what's going on for like a little bit a second. But for the most part, no, it was very well done. That's where I'll leave it for any people who are sensitive to spoilers. You just want to kind of hear what it's a little about and whether or not I liked it and it's recommended. Do it if you get the chance. Don't go out and buy the set just to watch the movie. But if you have it, or if you just find, maybe some other venue of being able to watch it, check it out. It's only 50 minutes. It's good. So I'll talk a little bit about it. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, I guess, exactly per se, but I do want to talk a little bit about what I noticed. But first, I'm actually trying this out for the first time. I don't know if not this is going to be good or not. Tito's is kind of like a mild vodka that doesn't have too strong of a taste. It's not bitter. It's not harsh. So it goes down smooth. It's like a very good mixing vodka. Probably should have put a lime, but I didn't want to go to the store. So one thing I noticed about the movie is the use of again what I mentioned in my past one with video with John Ford, the use of smoke and dust and kind of the natural environment. Not so much like wind. That's really, I guess, from so far from what I've noticed, really more Kurosawa than John Ford, but definitely dust and sometimes in smoke in a couple scenes, and even like a hay, not bale, but like just like a pile of hay in a barn. A little child character gets buried in it. It's kind of funny, or he falls asleep inside it and has to get pulled out. But there's a couple instances like that of, very early on, with the boys fighting, and this dust storm is kind of, not storm, sorry, but like dust is just coming up um, and I think John Ford probably specifically chose that spot, for the dust to kind of add to the drama of the shot. Um, and then there's like a later campfire where smoke is kind of in the background and going through the characters. And there's a couple other maybe one or two more instances where I've just noticed that that the dust is there, to add to the drama, to add to the emotions of the scene, whether it's just to make it more intense. Maybe like when a group of robbers are on their horses riding to town, the dust is coming up a lot. It's not where I've seen it in a lot of westerns where the dust is trailing behind, but it's actually in the horse, like in the spaces with the horses themselves. It's kind of they're bringing it with them, almost like a storm coming. Very interesting to me. Um, the music, because it's a silent, and I don't have enough experience with silence yet, but it was kind of like the music was it was good. It was enjoyable. There was kind of some whimsy to it, but it was also kind of used specifically to cue the audience of what to feel or how to feel when you first uh, meet the main character Bim, in order to, I guess, tell the audience that this is a sympathetic character, even though he's a bum and lazy. Is with the music, that he has sympathetic music, and it's contrasted with a banker who's I guess courting the woman that Bim loves, and before we even see anything about Bim, or I'm sorry, about Mr. Cahill, the banker, the music tells us that he's suspicious or untrustworthy. I think the vodka's like sitting on top, so you don't really. This was not pretty a good idea, but I'm committed. So yeah, the music is kind of used as audience cue rather than aesthetic for the film, or like how some other movies use it. Another thing is we should bring back referring to women as Nifty Janes, because I think that's pretty freaking cool. It's kind of, I like to watch like old stuff and see the older terminology that's kind of sometimes cute at this point, but that's funny. Okay, tasting better now. Um, the movie is has some, I think, what could maybe be Christian themes, or maybe just John's personal views, because I think the movie is a bit about the meek um, being taken advantage by people who are considered more powerful or just middle class, really. And Bim is one of those people who's meek and he's a bum. He's lower station in life, but he acts nobly, and he's a good guy. And this brings its own rewards later, even though, he starts off the movie, the good guy. It's not like he makes a transformation. He starts off the movie a good guy, but through his noble actions, he reaps rewards. And other characters are like that. They're um, I'm sorry, not like him, but other characters who are again like middle class or just higher in station, do not act nobly. They eschew their responsibilities to the church. They act prejudicial towards Bim. Pretty much the only people who who treat Bim well in the town are those who are also meek. The simple school teacher, a black chef, and the boy who's a train jumper. I forgot there's a specific term, but transients who hops on trains and let that take them wherever it goes. But those are pretty much the people who treat him with any sort of respect or dignity. Everyone else who's higher in station in life is, in a sense, corrupted in large parts. And I think the most prominent way is shown is with the church, where no one is really, people go to the church, they think of themselves as good people, they go to the church, but when the plate is passed around, no one is really giving any money, and they're acting righteously, and yet they're acting righteously, but their actions are not righteous. And that goes into another theme of the story, which is about prejudice, judging people based off of their station in life. Yes, Bim is a bum, but he's not in any sense of the word. He doesn't start off the movie a shady character. He's just a lazy good for nothing, as people call him. But they treat him like trash, and treat him as a butt of a joke, essentially. The last thing that I want to, I guess, point out that I noticed was, I think both of the main actors, Bim and Miss Bruce, I think they had their faces whitened. This is an interesting thing to note, interesting thing to maybe look out for. I think in the future. So I can definitely tell with silent films. I wouldn't be surprised if it was done to see those faces more prominently, so that you can see, back then and when cinema first started is already when directors started to notice that looking at an actor's face and seeing their reaction and their subtle acting can tell us a lot about what the character's feeling and their emotions. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was done explicitly for that reason, so that you could see and sympathize with Bim and Miss Bruce specifically. I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again someday, or just put it on for somebody to show them. I think it could be a good silent film to show to somebody who maybe is kind of against watching maybe silent films, or is like, it's kind of too old. I don't think I'm gonna like it. It's gonna be boring. I didn't find it boring. I found it delightful, and it was funny and interesting. And had a good moral story. This is better, but definitely stir or shake. Not shake, just stir, or like gently, whatever. Probably better also to put in some lime or something else, some salt. Lesson learned. So I hope all of you are doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Give me any notes you guys have, or let me know any recommendations, what you think of this movie. Have you seen it? Are you interested? And just in general, I hope that you're all doing very well and are happy and spending time with your loved ones, or with your Xbox or PS3 if that's what makes you happy. And I'll see you guys in the next video.